tired, and I'm like, I am about to go to sleep. Like, I'm trying. So I'm allowing my, just trying to get my thoughts to flow or whatever. My brain just need to shut down, right? And I'm just contemplating on like as my thoughts are calming, settling, the rockabye baby myself to sleep. I'm like, damn. I done came across some of the fucking dopest soldiers on that nigga side. So whatever way, like I done brushed shoulders with them, and I done came against them again and again and the fucking again and again and again and again. And I done sat in so many places, and I have heard supplications, I have heard the tears, I have heard the cries, I have seen the damage, I have walked through the destruction, I have listened to the freaking questions, I have stayed around to try to help with a damn answer. I have been so many things, and like, oh my goodness, I can't hold on to it. It can't be nothing great. It can't be nothing spectacular. It can't be like a damn 5 star. It can't be an award. It can't be a reward. It can't be like a clap on my back. It can't be anything because it's just my goddamn life. Like, when I get an opportunity to project it to myself and to show myself just how goddamn awesome I am, just how much I've been through, like just off the strength of whatever the fuck that's happened to me in this goddamn last whatever, like whatever the fuck is going on. Hey, it's here. Like, it's fucking here. It's fucking here. And I've been trying to be like, so what the fuck did I go through? I'm like, yeah, I know I was in the desert up there somewhere, and I was with my counterpart. Like, I've been keep being told that he came across the desert for my ass. Like, I got that shit in the message, like quick, and it resonated, and I kept playing it, and I was like, yeah, I needed that. Like, I knew that already. And I'm like, you getting closer. Like, oh, you getting closer to me wherever you at. Like, are we playing a dance or how did it come? Like, and I'm like, yeah, and I've lived so many different lives and had so many different families. I'm like, I've lived in Italy. I've lived in I'm like, and it's a lot of times it's the food and the music that bring me there. And whatever else. Like when you go to certain other parts of the world, I'm still looking for me because they can't be trusted. Like they done already put a sour ass taste in my mouth. Period. Like how can they not? For some, it's like these niggas is just a small part of the world for real. And for the part of the world where they fucking exist, this shit is trash. Like it's a goddamn dumpster fire. It's a war zone. Like you don't get to create war somewhere else and think that you can only profit. Like no, that shit gonna hit wherever you decided that it was comfortable for it to hit. And a lot of y'all, it's down here. Like it's right here, and y'all go sit y'all asses in y'all little pretty ass homes and do whatever the fuck. Like I done clocked the American dream so many damn times and just remove certain shit every time off the way. Like, no, I don't need that. And like, what's the dream? Like, whatever. No, okay, whatever. Like, not when it's tumultuous. Not when like you could just come and take it. Not when like, get out of here. Not when your reputation is like dumpster. Not when you. What we and then it's just like every step of the way, y'all just deciding like where y'all ass want to drop y'all bombs at, like here, like every step of the way. What, where y'all could just throw us off to the side where we don't exist, and a lot of us are trying to just fill in the pockets, fill in the gaps, and I'm like, okay, I be having a whole lot of like, I mean, we everybody trying to do what they want to do, and They try to put people in where they can go, like, hey, I see, like, this could be this or this, you know, and it's like, yeah, I get it. I see it too. And they can't be there. Like, no, it can't be here for long. And then, like, I don't know. You just be having to go against so much stuff and so much shit from that Bible that they threw at me. I'm like, hey, I think y'all telling me that, like, I want to keep this around and get all of my inheritance and get everything I'm supposed to get out of this. And I'm telling y'all that, like, no, they done damaged it too much. Like, I don't want to sift through nothing. I don't really want to discuss nothing else. Like, if you felt like it was honorable enough to be protected, then it would have been protected. Like, if you felt like it was should have been represented better, then maybe you should have did that. Like, maybe you should have sent down some better representatives, and then you keep sending them same niggas out into the world, which means that you very comfortable with the way that they represent you. And I guess you would be, because all they keep doing is like building more statues and sculptures and shit to show that, like, woo, they up for it. Like, it's exactly what's going on. They support it. So what the fuck you think you gonna happen when you send your fucking kids in the building where y'all showing the sculptures where the niggas got kids sucking his dick? Like, that's what y'all decided to come up together and say it was holy and honorable and that you wanted to put our kids up under? Y'all niggas just had to, like, take a census and ponder y'all heads and, like, think to see exactly what it meant. Like, try to decipher the shit, so you used your kids. That's damn sacrifice. Like, all right, you sent them in through the monster. I guess if you're gonna support the monster, you do want to know how far back it can get. Although for me, I'm like, I done hit back this far. I ain't gotta go no further. Like, for me, it really wasn't a big thing to stand in the mirror and say Candyman a bunch of times when, like, I could look over there at any point in time and see his ass. Like, no, I don't need to summon you for anything. Why I need to summon you? Like, and, like, do I need to be scared of you? Probably not necessarily. And, like, why do I really need you over here to be my friend? Like, and that's the representation that you have. And it ain't even nothing bad. Like, you a stranger, essentially. Like, I don't know you. I don't even know you. So, I don't know. But it's nothing for anybody for them to want to do movies to us to show us to, like, I don't know, conjuring up the damn black man protector in the mirror should be a bad thing. And I'm like, well, if that was how it was brought to me, it didn't really seem that way to me. I don't know what it was supposed to seem like. And he came back around and I'm like, oh, Candyman, I'm supposed to be old enough to watch you now. Like, I should try to watch you because it shouldn't be a big deal. And then I was like, but I don't really know why I need to watch you. And it don't matter because just how I am, like, I don't gotta stand in the mirror 3 times. He was in my fucking dream for however long. Like, yeah. Yeah, however, whatever we was doing down there, like, I play in the darkest of the dark. They just be like, all right, this is how far you can go down before we got to put a veil over it or just shield you from it. But, like, shit, Darienne been down in the dump and the dump and the dump. I've been down in that shit. So I ain't really have no filter because I had to be down there. So I got to split myself off. I'm like, so this bipolar shit that they done came up with, what is it exactly? And, like, how is this supposed to be? And what did they use to cover it up? Like, what the fuck is they stealing from me that they trying to use other shit to cover it up? And they want to medicate me while they go play in that shit as much as they possibly can. And they try. And they even put that shit out here. And I'm like, and what are we doing with the information, though? Like, nigga, I'm going to get it back. Is that what it was? Because I'm like, that little white boy said, hey, the first thing, though, I want to switch bodies with Chris Brown. Like, nigga, you want to be in his whole body? Like, nah, I want to be like him. I aspire to. Nope, you went straight to, like, taking over his shit. Straight to, like, colonizing. Straight to, like, hey, that shit is, like, embedded in y'all, and it's entertainment, and it's fun, and it's, like, a joke, and it's, like, your ideal fucking life. Like, you know you doing your shit over there already, like, right? Like, whatever it was, homeboy stopped your ass and said something at the table, and then just because his girl was like, oh, maybe she perked up a little bit too much, I don't fucking know. Like, that shit was weird. Yeah, it was weird to everybody, like, that whole interaction. And I be like, when these white boys get a script and they give it to my damn, all right, y'all over there, whatever, you over there, you playing in that shit because you playing in it. This where we at. Everybody come into information whenever they come into, whatever you at, whatever your culture, whatever the fuck they got is in, we here. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, just like they were trying to tell me that I don't come in with all my memories, and I'm like, yeah, I know, like, whatever that means for me, I don't even know what that means to nobody else, because apparently everybody else is supposed to be on sacred ground as well, that's supposed to be closer to their people, and they were supposed to have like all this information passed down to them, right? Like, about anything, like outside of like niggas whooping our ass all the time and making us eat shit or whatever, like any of that. Like, did anything else come through, or was we just keeping it under wraps for a while? Like, I don't really know. I'm like, cause I ain't really been attached to none of that stuff, and when I do ask questions, like, yeah, I don't really got to do all that to try to get answers. And nope, 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 nope. Nope, 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 nope. I don't really gotta want to pretend talk to nobody. I don't really want to have to pretend like nobody. I don't really want to have to go too far out my damn shell, because I'm like, hey, it's comfortable and perfect. Like, I done went through a lot of shit, and I done made this shit. I done made it safe to me as much as I can, because clearly ain't nobody can offer too much more safety than whatever. Like, hey, I can do this shit. I'm doing it. Whatever it is, like, if my ass pop off, then I pop off. Like, hey. And I'm like, looking around me, and I was like, damn, it's getting harder to connect with people. Like, shit, is it me? I mean, yeah, it's me, because it's me. Like, I'm always gonna look at me like, it's absolutely me. Well, what I do this time? I don't know. The last time I could think about, we said we stepped away from religion, and then we started sharing some of the shit we was questioning, and that's all I know. Cause nigga, I kept it moving. Like, this is my new life now. I don't know how to explain it. Like, and it's different if people looking for answers, but I'm like, oh, y'all want to argue. I ain't really know we was arguing, even if I was arguing at first. Like, and then I'm like, I thought it was being passionate. I thought I was helping. Then I'm like, now I'm up here, like, I done graduated to myself, not even like trying to compare nobody else. Like, I'm trying to unravel all this shit, and if I'm doing it out here, that's what it is. Like, yep. And then I got here, and I'm like, all right, I'ma just stick this out there, because that's what the fuck is going on, and like, whatever feedback come in, and if I'm gonna pop my shit back or if I'm not, because I don't fucking know. Like, ain't nobody give me no answers. I had to really make up a lot of shit myself, kind of like they did. So, yeah, and that shit ain't make sense. So when I started unraveling, I'm like, well, this thread right here said that, and like, no matter who I am and what I'm connected to, yeah, if I can't get no questions asked and like the research, got to go my own way based off, yeah, too much. Like, I don't even want it. I don't want it. I don't want it. You shouldn't have did so much to hide it. Like, why did it have to be a secretive, and why do I got to live in the environment at all where like somebody else could have way more access to my anything other than me? Even for me, my basic anything. Like, I got so many blank spots about any damn thing in my life that it may be a damn miracle to some, but whatever. I don't got to use that word. Like, what the hell is that? The most menial shit be a miracle. No, I don't want to live under that rule. Like, you got to make shit so fucked up. Like, and then you got to give me the basic stuff to make me happy. Like, no, thank you. And then you got to give it through him. This nigga's supposed to touch. No, thank you. And I know they say that shit ain't everywhere. Oh, I know they say it ain't everywhere. And now I'm looking at the other ones like, well, why y'all ain't came in to do nothing then? Like, and I guess they like, well, we don't know them niggas either. Or we don't know the story, y'all, except like, I don't really know how nobody else across the water be feeling. Cause I'm like, when I'm moving, I don't really watch TV a lot. But I'm like, when I am in there, the TV's just working. Like, they watching this shit on the news. It's a different viewpoint, and it'd be actually more interesting. Like, if I am gonna watch the news about America, it's gonna be outside of America. Absolutely. Like, I ain't gonna watch this shit from in here. Like, I already know I don't trust none of it. I'm gonna go out the damn country, and I'm gonna get they shit. I guess it's the free thinkers. They looking at us like, Jay trying to plan their fucking strategy. They looking at us as everything. It's the motherfucking board, I guess. Like, yeah, yeah, what the fuck is they over there doing with all that money that they can't send nothing over here? I'm assuming that's what I would be thinking. Maybe not, probably not me, because I don't expect none of y'all to do shit. For real, like, well, why would I? Because I tried to go through all those channels, and guess what happened? It ain't do shit. They just redirected me back to, like, yeah, that line. And no, you can stay your ass over there. You were already doing too much. And I'm like, oh, okay. I don't really, like, all right, I spot the shit. Like, yeah, there's a whole bunch of old ass white men in here. And, like, based off of whatever, y'all could be this. And I ain't never about to pretend it ain't some of that. And, like, I just gave you the blueprint, which essentially walks back to what the fuck y'all do right there. And you just like, well, for any other job, like, I just cut off a whole bunch of jobs. I cut off all your middlemen and just handed you my vision. And after I thought about that shit for a minute, I was like, I ain't going to no more of them organizations to help me no more. Like, yeah, fuck y'all niggas. And except for the ones that I can probably, like, do a paper trail or whatever. But, like, no, y'all ain't gonna give me what I'm asking for. Not me especially. Hell no. I'm playing all outside the rules. Anything I would want to get. If I wanted to get a house, it don't matter if I had the money. Like, I would have to buy a house in cash and all that stuff that I be watching y'all talk all this shit, pop all this shit across the social media. And I'm like, all right, well, I guess I'm the only one this type of broke. And that's cool. Like, and I'm like, I don't ever call myself broke. I just always say that, like, my financial wealth ain't hit my damn physical reality yet. That's all. Like, my currency ain't connected yet. That's how I describe it. But I'm like, yeah, I don't have the right kind of currency to play in they field. I already know it. Like, I done already went through so many programs. I done made business plans. I ain't even got to kick it. And I ain't even got to trip on it either. Like, and I ain't got to go do all that. No, I ain't about to do it. Like, that ain't where I'm guided. But anyway, going back, I'm just like, so, like, I done kicked it with so many different cultures, no matter the skin tone, me, above and below ground. I think, like, Taylor Swift and her people tried to get in here, and I was like, no, thank you. I don't even remember, like, and I'm like, wait, was she trying to tell me that we used to kick it or something before? Like, at once upon a time we was friends. I'm like, yeah, I don't really know. I don't really remember that. Like, if I followed Taylor Swift at all, it was pretty much to gather information to see why everybody was all in love with this white girl. Like, I ain't really get it. I'm like, she one of them. Like, she they whole little Barbie. Well, I don't even want to call her Barbie. Like, she they whole thing. Like, what? Okay, and so everybody, and so I'm like, I get why she a big deal to them. Like, that's they little perfect little baby doll model or whatever. Like, she they thing. So why she got to be special to me? Period. Like, oh, she don't. And then I'm like, oh, I guess we supposed to be careful of her feelings. No, I don't have to. I don't have to at all, because I feel like y'all being way more gentle with her ass than y'all are with any of my girls, and it ain't even got to be no payback. So she just ain't got to exist in my reality, so she don't. No, she got enough of y'all defending her. And I tried to figure it out for a while, like, and I was like, yeah, I can understand what people were saying about, like, Kanye getting on stage back in the day and, like, all that. Like, I put myself in the shoes, like, if it was my daughter and all that shit. And then I'm like, and I might have laughed, because I'm that kind of person. Like, it could have been funny, or it could have been serious. Like, shit, we know damn comedy. Like, nigga, y'all laugh at Kevin Hart telling the truth in a joke form all the time. Like, y'all could have took that shit as a truth joke. Like, a true joke. Hey, and then the same shit y'all talking about on the award shows. So I'm like, I don't understand why they such a big deal, but they a big deal to y'all. Like, but we already talk about how, like, the shit don't be right, it don't be fair. And I'm like, well, I guess you got those that, like, want to make sure that, like, black excellence and everything. So y'all got y'all whole mission to go behind they shit and just make sure that we know it's back black. And then we gotta shed tears and emotion and shit about it. And that's cool for anybody. Like, whatever it means for you, I guess. And then I'm like, if it's a joke, I don't know why we pouring so much energy into shit. And then I'm like, damn, I really ain't really watched no awards in a long time because I don't care. Like, I don't care. And like, I'm glad everybody getting whatever recognition and accolades they need. And at the end of the day, I'm like, hey, I guess everybody get a chance to dress up and like spend time with each other. That's all. I'm like, well, that's a cool bet. Like, yeah, they get to dress up, they get to have costumes. Like, I guess it's the time for y'all to have like to go all out on y'all masquerade balls and shit. All right, cause I don't ever understand the Met, and I be seeing like some cool shit. But like when it comes to like white people and shit, I'm like, first of all, I don't understand why Paris Fashion Week is a big deal. Ain't ever like that bland shit. What the hell is that? But all right, I ain't into fashion, so I guess that shit means something to y'all. And I'm like, and we be paying a bunch of money for them tickets or what? Like, whatever. It's important for both people to invest in that shit. And for whatever that reason is, that shit is a big deal. I ain't never thought it was awesome. Like, what I'm getting happy for? I only get happy when I see us on the stage popping our own shit. And I'm like, well, we ain't gotta invest in that shit to do that. Like, no, why we giving them anything? Bring our shit back over to us. Like, and then I'm like, I guess it's the big deal that you, I don't know, because Paris just seemed dirty to me. Like, I ain't been on my damn wish list. My niece said she wanted to go to Paris, and I was like, all right, I gotta be real, like, I gotta be real considerate as an auntie to like, all my kids might not want to hit the African continent starting off the back, but I'm gonna get them there. And they, all right, they can want to try other places. That's fine. So, of course, maybe one of them will want to do Europe or something. I would rather not. Like, I would rather not at all. And for what? Like, nah, no, my energy doesn't take me over there at all. Like, I don't really want to. And I'm like, and then when I started, like, I'm like, and it's black people over there. It's me over there. But, like, they done tainted it. Like, they done, I don't want to go over there. Like, I don't want to go over there. It ain't really a thing. And then when I was selling my books in the UK, I was like, well, I'll go over to the UK. Like, I'll go over there. I'll go to the UK. And then I was like, I don't know. Like, Paris, everything. Like, I'm like, y'all be shitting me. Y'all be really thinking that stuff is hot. Whatever. Like, I ain't never said I was really into art. Like, I don't really do art. Even when I go to the art museum, yeah, I'm going to browse around, but I'm going to skip my ass right up to the Egyptian part. Like, I'm going to see me. I don't need to see somebody's third grade writings on the wall or third grade pictures or like, why the fuck they get me? I'm like, oh, they came in and having to hoard shit and make shit up for real. Like, and I guess if that's what y'all think is sufficient, like to support them, like, I'm like, we all be giving their asses like a pet on the goddamn head or something. Like, I don't know. It's just, I don't see why we keep giving them our money. Like, for mediocre shit. Not even mediocre. That's disrespectful. For garbage. Garbage pail ass shit. Like, yeah, garbage. They put everything in the trash can except their asses would it actually belong. Like, that would be befitting. But I guess, you know, even the trash got all the flavor in it, all the scraps and shit. So I don't know about that either. Like, so like Oscar the Grouch just got real mad. Like, no, their asses can't be over here. Don't be rude. My bad, Oscar. Like, man, his ass popped up too, and the garbage pail kids. They asses just popped up in my shit real quick. Like, excuse me? Do you not remember us? I mean, I know you don't for real, but like, no, you don't get to do that. So my bad. I guess they can't be garbage. They like, yeah, we be letting you get away with some stuff. Like, all right, yeah, some stuff get thrown in the garbage. It's just the trash, just the dumpster. But like, nah, don't throw that over here. So I don't know where to put it. I'm gonna just put it on them since they like to be all like upstanding. Like, yeah, the Caucasians, the whites. Whites. What the fuck is that? The ash. That's even the shit that don't even like. We don't even want that shit on our body on the normal. Like, y'all asses be ready to oil y'all, put some Vaseline to coat the damn ash off y'all skin. Like, y'all be willing to put some of the most toxic shit on your skin to damn coat the damn white coming off, but then like want to go and like kneel down and pray to the white shit. Like, man, what the fuck is that? You might as well just pray to the shit on you then. Like, just Leave the ash on there. If you need to pray to something that fucking got some white on it, just leave your ashy ass where it is, and then just go look in the mirror and pray to that. Like, at least it'll still be yourself. Cause I came in, that's why I started this live. Cause I'm like, hey man, my ass done did way more work than that Joker. Like off one life cycle for real, based off of anything, and like y'all giving the work to him. I'm like, all right, what the fuck? What has been happening? Cause who the fuck else I'm supposed to go to check these niggas except for the head nigga in charge? Like that nigga. Like I don't gotta talk to y'all no more. I'ma go straight to his ass. Like y'all, okay, hey, you knock knock knock. Like, and you still in the same place? Like you still running the same story, the same cycle, the same anything? Like, and you got to keep making it stupider, like, and pretending to be smart. I'm like, yo ass is such a damn. Oh, I'm like, is that what the court jester is, or am I doing my damn court jester some damn disloyal service by even mentioning the court jester in the same name? Cause all of my dang on, all of my people came through. Oh my gosh, my gladiators, my damn everything, like everything that I seen and cast judgment on from the time that I was a kid. Like, hey, so they got gladiators up in here, and so they talk about Solomon. So I guess this would be Solomon considered, like, yeah, because I read Solomon back and forth, whether I understood it or not. I'm like, your word's supposed to mean everything to people, so let me follow your ass across the board. And even coming up, I had a whole revelation about like his ass and Delilah, and I'm like, oh, because I read both of y'all stories on separate times. I'm like, and I just peeped the story from right here the best way that I could. I'm like, and y'all kept coming back to me for a long time, and y'all was bringing me across different worlds. See, what you don't know is that, like, as a psychic medium, like, whenever they want to talk to us, whenever they like somebody can see me, because I don't understand all of it, like, they gonna drag my ass down wherever it is until they feel like it is what it is, or until I can get out. Like, that's just what it is. When you say that you need 8 hours of sleep, or like when you into the deepest sleep, like they've been studying us for so long that they have broke down our damn sleep patterns and shit in order to be able to jump to get to us during these times, in order to fucking stop our life or take over our goddamn bodies. And like, I'm like, I'm part of the system too, even though I don't want to be a part of the system, because by this time I done went through so much shit giving them my information just like everybody else. And like, I ain't never felt like it was what it is, except for when it had to be what it is for the moment. Like, no, I'm gonna find a way to get all my shit out of here and like burn my shit out the way, like all of it, like all of it. All of it, like, take down the servers. What the fuck? Why y'all get to have anything with me? Y'all need it too bad. Y'all needed to function. Y'all needed to function. Y'all siphoning souls and spirits throughout this bitch so recklessly and so insanely. I'm like, hey, how many hospitals have popped up at this point, and they even ranking them from the goddamn, like, they just making buildings to live in. Like, man, what? They making so many prisons. Like, which one do you want to go to? They are determined to get our asses inside of somebody's goddamn cage one way or another at one point of our life or another. Like, what? And it wouldn't even be a thing if it was our shit. Like, hell no, because it would look totally different. Even in my head, when I create my damn elder homes and stuff, like, they don't never look like this. Like, man, what? Like, I be like, I mean, no, let me not lie. They look exactly like the day shit, but for me, like, I've been like in some damn old folks' homes, and I'm like, woo, okay. And you look at the menu and like all the money that like Medicare and Medicaid spend for them. Oh, baby. And I gotta laugh because I'm like, hey, I appreciate, there's one part of me that appreciate, like, hey, if it had to be a day where I had to get up, like, if my soul had to be traveling and I couldn't be wherever I had to be, like, nigga, let's not act like this was a chosen damn mission. This wasn't no chosen mission. I ain't choose this shit. Why the fuck am I gonna choose to do work? That's the only thing y'all understand in this realm is fucking dog shit work. Like, work. Like, work. Let's just tie that shit off and call that shit pretty. In all the wrong ways. It's nothing wrong. Like, y'all don't even know how to move cohesively as a unit. And no, I'm like, even for the ones that say that they believe in it and it's supposed to be different, because whatever do you say that the niggas that enslaved you did, y'all like to take it and make it home. Like, I don't understand that. I don't understand it. Like, it gotta be home. Meanwhile, my ass is from this bitch and everywhere else. And I'm like, well, if you told me I gotta stay here, then I want to get out. Like, I ain't about to be stuck. Who want to be stuck? So I'm like, where the hell do y'all tap into y'all, like, true sense of ounce of freedom? Like, when in the hell do y'all realize that, like, y'all got their asses so far in y'all goddamn life, in your skin, like, y'all started, I ain't never touched one. Like, I ain't never touched it. So I don't really understand what the hell y'all think feels so great. Cause even when people talk about it, it's something different. Like, not to be like that. Like, I like Serena's husband for her. Cause she like him, and that's Serena. So, like, hey, that's a black girl to me. That's just what it is. And yeah, that's just how I feel. And I read some stuff about, like, when she was pregnant, about let me not do that because no, because my sense of humor be funny as hell. But I'm like, I don't know why y'all gotta be all in their skin. Like, y'all ain't gotta be all in their skin. Y'all ain't gotta be all in their skin at all. And when I had read, or I'm gonna say it, fuck it. When I read the article that, like, her husband's smell, she was super sensitive to his smell or whatever when she was pregnant. And, like, one of them damn Pan-African sites or something had made a joke of it, like, from, like, white people having a certain smell. And I clocked that shit so hard quick. I'm like, even in my mind, I'm like, well, that would make sense. Like, when you pregnant, your damn nose is real sensitive. I'm like, so whatever that innate smell is that they carry around with them, and some of them, it's way more close to the surface than others. Like, I ain't been around too much, and, like, I don't, like, but they carry a certain smell. Overall, like, as a collective. And definitely individually, like, you know. But I was like, well, that would make sense. Like, because they do have, like, a wet dog smell. Like, them they familiars, them they animals. And I'm like, whatever they did with our true souls that belong, like, they came in and created something to an extent that no matter what, like, for a time, they asses was seen as being loyal to them. So whatever they corrupted, like, they corrupted it for a time for whatever. So I'm like, yeah, that wet dog smell. So I don't know if that was even, like, a curse for them for, nigga, you take my soul and this is what it is. Like, I don't know, but it's there. And I was like, yeah, I guess it would come out. Like, that was when it would be coming out, because now your baby is, like, pure. It's fighting whatever energy, and automatically it might be telling you that it's, like, repulsive, like, immediately, like. And then when it fights through whatever, like, okay, I'm queasy right now. That's a deterrent. And then it might be something that's encoded in this gene line to, like, it can fight through it, or it's trying to, like, change it or whatever. But only a being that close to the bloodline, like, well, I'm not mixed race like that close up, so I'm not sure on that capacity right there. Like my experience is totally different when it comes to like white people. And I just really still be like, hey, y'all gotta make everything fit for y'all, huh? Everything. Even as I'm like, hey, they can't tell me that racism don't matter. Like, and I also understand why people like get that shit out the way. Like, I get it, and I'm gonna grab that right there, and I'm gonna put that shit right back. Like, you don't get to put some shit in my face forever, and then all of a sudden tell me that the shit don't matter. Bitch, yeah, it matter. Like, yeah, it mattered to you, and I'm like, I've been clocking that shit for like the last 2 years. Like, on a conscious level, like it be so much shit already moving below ground for me, but on the conscious level, like I'm like, all of a sudden they want us to not see the shit that they've been doing. All of a sudden these niggas is telling us that race don't fucking matter. Us, like, and it's coming from us. Like, all of a sudden they trying to like play around with the very shit that they've been using for their benefit forever. Like, so something is coming to ground, and like y'all don't need to say it. Like, why the fuck would y'all follow the damn they trend that they setting? They don't never set no trends for you. Why is that so hard to fucking remember? Like, the help ain't never coming for you, even if you get it on the interim. Like, you think because some of them niggas decided to go in the house? Like, I be like, y'all do know that y'all said that they hit the courts. So even if we hit the courts and like got a little more resistance on our side, they shit already touched it. Like, and I'm like, well, maybe some of y'all just been like fucking mopping the ocean water back. Cause I had an episode. I had an episode of something where I ran that, and I was like, I was watching some kind of movie, and I zoned out or channeled out or whatever happened, like, and the storyline ended up continuing, and it was like the children in the water and whatever was happening, like everybody was trying to make sure that like they was able to grab a child or something in the water, like whatever was, I don't know if it was an aftermath of a tsunami or like maybe one of them was coming and like, or maybe a dam happened, whatever it was, like it was a catastrophe happening. And oh, it was definitely Wakanda, but it was also like maybe an episode of 911, because like Angela Bassett, like, yeah, I was gonna watch 911. And then like my girl used to be a 911 dispatcher back in the day, and she used to talk to me about like the cause, like her ass, that was one of the things that like really opened her up and probably messed her up, and she would say that shit. I forgot all about that. Like, she had a job. She was working the night shift. And I think it'd be like 12-hour shifts or something. I don't remember. I think she was like working 12-hour shifts, but then she would be doing a lot of overtime and stuff. Like, her husband was trying to open a restaurant and just the house and bills and like all this stuff. So she was working as a 911 dispatcher. And when we talked, she would be telling me about the cause, like how disturbing that shit was and how it would sit with her for long afterwards, and like how like it started wearing on her, like really wearing on her, and it was probably very integral part of like her psychic gifts reawakening, because she started remembering that she had was a gifted child as well, and she was just like saying something that she remembered, like going to her parents when she was young and telling them that like she was gonna be a teenage mom, like, and she saw it, and whatever she shared with them, I think she said she got in trouble about it or whatever, like it was a big deal, and for her, she was just talking, like sharing, and she was just saying like recall being like all her traumas was coming up, like recalling being sexually molested, or and like all the arguments and all the stuff, like all the stuff that happened when your ass tap in, like when you start being able to, when you start getting triggered and trauma, then like one thing on top of another, when you damn break, let's just call it what it is. Our psychic breaks are essentially, to me, leading us right back to the shit that like our ancestors was trying to tell us it was ours. Like, here, I'm starting you off right here. Just go through and skip through it. And y'all just love the shit so much. Y'all don't ever elevate to a place where like it feels like everything can be used in tandem with everything in this environment. Y'all celebrating it every time. I guess like, I don't know. We supposed to be able to celebrate. Like, everybody ain't gotta be living all jacked up. Whatever. And all the fun we having with like jokers that we ain't out of debt to, or like all the fun we having with like people that's technically still our enemy, because I don't understand how you gonna be able to tell me that like on this side of the block that these niggas got they foot in our head, whether it's because of legislation that they blocking us from being able to be in the correct positions to change it with the right amount of numbers, whether you telling me this from like politicians because like yeah, they allowed us to know about these damn job openings, and they playing the field, and you ain't even know enough about all the shit back. I don't care, whatever it is that I don't even want to be involved in, because I'm like, at the end of the day, like, hey, we can make our own government because that's what was set up on our land. So like, why we got to keep going in they shit anyway? If that's what they shit is for them, well then hop out. And then I'm like, oh, and they even had that shit already set up for them. Like, that's where it should have been popping, and you decided not to. So now it's mine. Like, I don't know. And like, when do you decide to like, yeah, no, thank you. No, I ain't come here to do all that for everybody else and like receive nothing in the bare minimum, or like I ain't had no damn parade knocking at my door when I came home. Like, or a high end secret anything. Like, my ass had to go back to work. I was like, and I ain't expected to be different. I was like, all right, I'm figuring this shit out. Like, either way or the other, I sent some information. Ain't nobody touched back right then. And I was like, oh, it don't matter. Like, this shit is happening. It's my shit. Like, I'll make it happen. The best way that I'm gonna be able to, like, without with the least amount of stress on me, and it be holding it so sacred, because it's so many damn components that I know. Like, if I talk to one person, they may just think it's this, and that's cool for them. Like, yeah, like, I got a vision. I was given a vision, and like, I'm gonna hold the vision as sacred as possible because it's my vision. And like, whatever come up under that damn vision is like connected to me and my heart and like everything. And I done ran the story down already about like how it will be connected to my damn karma, my dharma, my responsibility, my heart, my name, my essence, my everything. I done already been planning everything down to the damn everything about the safety of anything attached to me, simply because why the fuck wouldn't I? So like, if I'm looking on your paper, or I ain't gotta like try to peek because it's all out here. So whatever is coming across it, I'm looking and I'm saying, okay, yeah, like, well, that's the concern for me, because whether I can understand all the way across the board why Oprah would or would not personally know that something is going on at a school of hers on another land, I'm like, she probably took advantage of this. Like, she probably played it across the bench close to her heart. Or whatever she trying to do. Like, whatever she doing it. And it's right here. And so later on, even when there's all kind of stuff going on about the stuff that's happening over there, I'm like, well, is she implicit? Because I don't want to pretend. I ain't pretending that nobody like down for the cause for me just because they damn look like me, and I ain't gonna pretend that I think that they anybody other than who the hell they could be. Like, we done all done touched on some shit, especially black women, and it's a very proven that that shit do different shit to y'all. Like, it can do different shit to us at different times, and some of us fight that shit and be like, nah, not me. Like, and some of us just succumb to the shit, like, cause it feels so good. It's so easy. And I was like, well, no, I don't want to do that shit. And clearly, I ain't doing that shit because it was too easy for you. I don't want that shit touching me. Like, if you fell on that shit, I don't want to be in the same category as you. And I can't be. Like, already I can't be as weak as you. I can't be as weak as you is. I can't be that fucking weak. Hell no. No, sirree. Ain't no way I can get to a place where I'm in a position of power and then, like, use my power to, like, boss up on anybody that I'm trying to help or anything. Like, hell no. And anytime that shit happen, or if I feel like it did, I gotta look in my fucking mirror and check the fuck out myself. Like, hey, and just because I know it's the fucking journey, I gotta place the right people around my ass to be giving me the right damn nuggets along the goddamn way. So when I'm like, hey, when I pass out this shit, like, it don't matter, like, it ain't gotta sink for real, and it can. Simply because, like, I got people I care about that still like this shit. Like, and they can see it. Like, yeah, they can see it if they want to. And they can take the gamble if they want to. Like, they could trust this shit all they want. I ain't. Like, I ain't at all. Not with nothing I'ma push out. Like, man, I done seen enough shit. I ain't about to. You mean to tell, like, what y'all done did to for me to believe that, like, one of mine can't be a please. I was even reading Gabrielle's book. I'm like, damn, I gotta get the sequel. Like, I wanted to sit with her damn sequel so damn bad. Oh, y'all already know. Like, I think Gabrielle Union is all, like, all my girls in Hollywood. Any of them that anybody was trying to talk trash to me about automatically became, like, one of my favorites. What the fuck wrong with y'all? No. You don't, like, and anytime anybody say something, I'ma snap that shit off the, you don't talk about no damn body. Like, no. No, thank you. No, thank you. For what? Y'all better look at it a different way. So, like, when Gabby talked in her book about the boys, her and Dwayne and the boy and the family living, wherever they, wherever they had their place at. And the boys were in school. Because I think she mentioned the boys. She hadn't had, yeah. So they were in school, and she was just saying that she was still worried about, like, explaining to them that even though they in these new circles, or in these circles, they are exposed to these different new beings and lifestyles and other entities, or whatever they gonna be called. Like, they are different. And because of that, you may need to be real careful on how you deal with them. Not saying that you can't be who you are. Not saying that you shouldn't follow your gut. Because at the end of the day, we want to believe that people are inherently, I don't know what you say after that. Good people. I don't know. I don't know what you would say after that part of the speech. And then, but, like, be careful, because we love you, we enjoy you, and we would love to have you come back home tonight after any activity, after any school. Like, we sent you out the house today, and yeah, all that fun shit that we do in the middle, we will continue to like to do that. I mean, you here, and we done established all this shit. We done came through the fire, and we got relationships. Yeah, we doing good. Ain't nobody get to ruin this shit for us now. So, like, keep your head up, be aware, follow your gut, intuition, instinct, all of it. Yeah. And I was just like, yeah, because they over here clearly don't understand that, like, they not allowed to shoot our boys and not theirs, or I don't know what kind of game they playing. Like, I don't really know how those conversations went, even though I'm very, very aware that I spend a lot of time with Gabby and Dwayne and they family all in the underworld. Like all up and throughout there. They were some of my favorite couples. Like always cheering their asses on. Cause ain't nobody gonna tell me that they ain't think Gabrielle Union deserved to be motherfucking happy and beaming and smiling with that pretty ass dimple just how she is. Yeah, absolutely. That's how I feel. Like she said she used to be a bitch back in the day and then she, leveled up. And I was like, well, I don't know. I ain't never see her as that, but I ain't working over there. Like, I don't really know what she was doing. And all y'all asses get catty. It's all in the news. All the shit that y'all do that y'all think is just natural or fun or make you smile or I don't know. That shit is just distracting and unnecessary if you ask me. But y'all go ahead and shoot the shit. Like, shoot that shit, pop that shit off, and decide to make all the money for it. Like a waste of fucking time, a waste of breath, a waste of oxygen, a waste of all of it. To me, that's only to me. That's only to me. But all that shit sell to y'all. All of it sell. All of it sell. And I'm like, all right, well, like, did we get that from over there? And not to say that like we don't pop our shit off and we can't be cultural. Cause that ain't what I'm saying at all. I think that all of this shit is us. All of it is us. Every last bit of it is us. Whatever the fuck we want to pop off, nigga, we can pop off just because we pop it off. What I am saying is that if we gonna do that shit, can we get them niggas the fuck up out of anything concerning us? Anything. I don't even care if they your favorite. Like, and I guess if you done fucking soul tied to or whatever, like y'all gotta go through your people. So I'm like, I'm gonna do me a solid and keep my shit real tight. And yeah, I'm gonna just let it go out through there. Like, I don't know. They ain't gotta cleave to me. It ain't gotta be that close. Like, it can come to me through me. Like, it can come through me. Gotta have some black up in there, like, and preferably one that, like, yeah, boom. If it is, I don't know, but anywho, so I'm just like, we can do us, cause if you just think about what y'all be watching, like, we be showing us across the world, like, we done got a TV on TikTok and everything. We done flipped on the channel and seen our fucking counterpart across the world. Like, that's the one thing that these things can bring to us. And outside of that, like, whatever that shows them in the light of, like, for other people. Because I'm like, I got a couple that I'm like, hey, that's cool. Like, it's a couple that's been back here, and it's a couple that's like, yeah, it's cool. And also, like, most of y'all still got to stay over there for real because it's still surrounding you. It's like, what do? Can we march? We do this? Like, how do we balance? And I'm like, why do we always got to give y'all the answers? Like, it's your family, it's your friends, it's your uncles, it's your aunts. Like, y'all probably closer to the damn phone number in the line to their asses than we are. Like, if you really wanted to know what we need, I don't know. Because even in Georgia, they said they were so surprised when I think it was Stacey Adams or whoever. I'm so over fucking politics. I don't care about that shit. Like, what the hell? Like, rah, 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 rah. We got some of the basic ass knowledge to do our own shit. And we just like, oh, but theirs look prettier? Y'all think they should look prettier? Or y'all like, we should definitely be over there? I don't mind nobody being over there. I don't mind nobody being over there at all. Like, it's all that other shit in the middle. What's all that other unnecessary chatter and noise and it just feel like y'all want them. Like, y'all like that, and I'm like, yeah, BDSM to me look way different than it do to some of y'all other ones. Like, I'm like, any kind of BDSM that's related to that whole entity, that energy, that being, that God. Cause I'm like, damn, how many times have I brought that joker in the bedroom with me? Like, I already be like, you can't call me daddy in the bedroom. Like, nope. I mean, of course you can't. Well, you can probably call me daddy, but that might be weird. Well, I don't know. I ain't never thought of that to just now. but I ain't calling you daddy in the bedroom. Like, so I'm like, all right. I'm like, and how many times have I said, oh my God, in the bedroom? Because I stopped saying that shit a long time ago, too. Like, ooh, I stopped using that one, too. I was like, I keep my words to a minimum. Nope. Who I'm bringing in to peep on my ass on the other side? Because I know I have a couple times. And no, buddy, you don't get to watch me. Hell no, your ass already owe enough. Like, you don't pay enough at all to nothing that I want. So you stay the fuck out my bedroom. You stay out my family cycle. Like, you gonna stay your ass out my womb. Your ass can give me everything that you owe me, of course, because I ain't cutting no cord without saying everything that I deserve, like financially. And I said I want that shit in diverse portfolio. I see y'all trying to dump the dollar. I'm like, either them niggas trying to dump the dollar or they trying to dump, they buying the fucking country. Like, they probably is. Like, whoever over there, y'all can go over there and whatever they doing, like they doing it in our face. And who going over there to investigate? And then all they gonna do is put whatever they want to do on the damn travel state. I'm like, all our countries is always like, hey, they fucked up. And I'm like, that's cool if that's us telling them to stay the fuck up out of there. Like, hey. But like, if it's just like, oh, we gonna make sure that like y'all still can't get no money. And I'm like, even that, if it's them, well, go that way. Like, them and anything in that energy, they can go that way. But like for us, why would we not? And then I'm like, okay, so like, I live in a, I'm like, y'all don't believe nothing they say, but y'all do. And like, nobody is going to tap out of the system, but y'all know y'all should. And y'all trying to get in to hear what the people need and what they're trying to say, and I'm trying to tell, like, it's just always like a, like, oh, okay, don't nobody want to hear me. Like, we good, y'all good. And I guess y'all would be. Because for the most part, like, y'all sleep stable at night. Like, if whatever position you got in your community, if you think that, like, you shielded from any of the shit that can happen and go down, then you in your protective bubble. Like, you ain't got to do nothing. And I love that for y'all, because I don't think everybody should be in the gutter. And I'm like, hey, as far as me, when it come to me and mine, like, I think, well, it ain't no think, like, I ain't have to go through nobody to talk to nobody but them. Like, hey, what do you want? What? You can have all that shit. I ain't even coming to talk for real. Like, just, you can have it back. You can have it back. Whatever it is that is coming my way that is attached, connected to soul, anything, you can have it right back. You can have it right back. Like, it just felt like the damn airplane chute got opened on my ass, and like the first thing that was dropping out through the bin was like all the damn church stuff. Cause I'm like, hey, I was given a dream that somebody had about me. A couple of them. One of them was like, essentially like, oh yeah, this person, I seen him stuffing you in his trunk of his car, like, in her dream or something. I was like, what the fuck? Like, what? And whatever else that dream was, that was just like, yeah, and I fixed it in my head, like, that don't even make sense right there at all. Like, what? And then it was like, okay, whatever. And then about me being me being on a plane that crashed after having so many damn visions of plane crashes, like, over a course of a couple years. It was a few years, man. It was a few years where I was just having like plane. I'm like, and I was very observant of how the planes was flying, like, super low sometimes. I was super aware, like, all kind of stuff. I'll just be aware of stuff. Like, I'll be aware of a lot of stuff. And most of the stuff is that, like, yeah, that shit is not needed. And if y'all need it, well, then y'all need it. However it look for y'all. It's probably beneficial for y'all. That's why y'all be holding on to it for everything. 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 No matter what. No matter what. And I'm like, y'all so selfish. Y'all so selfish. Oh, y'all so selfish. Just like that God. Just like that creator. Y'all so selfish. Y'all got such a mentality of lack. Everything that y'all translate in that Bible is you, baby. It is you. Oh, when you repeat something and you repeat something, how you take the clothes on. And no matter how you soften it up and squeal and boy, oh boy. Because I know I done been to some of these places and some of these churches. One of the first thing that was coming through, I'm like, why am I saying that some of the churches' basements need to be searched? Like, what the hell is going on? I'm like, and I was sent to investigate something in the churches under there. Like, I remember, I'm like, first of all, I remember having a dream way back in the day. Well, it wasn't a dream, but one of my wake states where, like, I was involved in a damn gunfight with, like, Racine and Marcus. And I'm like, why the hell are we in a gunfight? And then I think my biggest thing back then was, like, trying to make sure they was good. Like, and I think I was like, how many bullets do we have? First of all, like, what am I shooting? Like, I felt like I was trying to do an assessment. Like, this don't make no sense. I'm like, this shit has never happened to me. Like, I was like, this is just, I just remember it just was like, whatever. And then when I woke up, like, well, I don't really never say nothing about my dreams. And then, like, I'm like, I know that I've been pulled down into, like, other people's families and, like, other people's houses and like, they just get to kick it with my soul. I don't know how I be showing up for them. I don't know how I be showing up on the other end. And I be there and, like, the information be going. I kind of essentially be a fly on the wall. Like, hey, whatever my spiritual team want to know, whatever back there is going to fucking know. And realizing that I've been connected to so many people because, like, one of the first things I was channeling is other people and telling them, like, hey, y'all stop playing in my fucking energy. Like, did y'all ask me? Like, all kind of stuff. Probably from when I'm zoning out or, like, whatever. Like, whoever know what. Whoever might be doing, who could have been doing something out of fun or whatever information people do got. Because I ain't pretending like everybody information is lost or stolen or like everybody ignorant of any kind of damn powers or gifts that they may have, especially if y'all connected to like grandparents and mamas and daddies and cousins or whatever information y'all get that get to coming down in y'all family, like, to y'all, like, okay, like, so y'all know some stuff. If not, if they ain't passed it out verbally or anything, they then it's in your, it might be, it's just inherent in your life. It's in your photo albums, it's in your stories, it's in your everything. Like, your memories being in the household, being connected, even if it's not one place, being connected to whoever. Like, you get to know some stuff and then you get to glean off the other one. Like, oh, you started walking at this age, or I remember when we blah 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 blah. Like, and it's a lot of people that don't get that. Like, and are we sad about it? I mean, I guess at times we can be, and at times it's like, yeah, whatever. Like, hey, this shit ain't even got to be all that. Like, it could be this, and my this, I just wish it looks like this. And working for that one, like, for your shit that's gonna be comfortable without trying to be on nobody else's stuff. But the thing about, like, a lot of y'all that's attached to that energy, y'all think y'all get to bully everybody. Y'all think y'all get to do everything that nigga do, just different. Just different. Just different. They can go and steal and colonize and take from everybody's stuff and tell you that they did it. Tell you that it's not a real God, it's not a real entity, it's not a being, it's not whatever, it's corrupt. And you, because you decide to like, it gotta be or it can't be, or like because you done gotten beat up, I don't know, but for whatever reason you decide that like, well, no matter what the history is, like I'ma hold on to it. Even if you know like what the like well in this land, like even if you take it to the Holy Land where you can get like more direct contact and start immediately getting some of that shit up off of you, like yeah, but like when it's been brought over here and it was brought to you when it was convoluted and like you realize that the more you partake in it, the worse your life get. When you want to opt out of that shit, no, actually you don't. You want to just go further. And then when somebody come out and be hey, like, hey, you know what? I've been looking and it's something different and like, yeah, them niggas like to tell us to be scared of everything. I'm gonna not be scared. I ain't scared anyway. Like, I don't know, but I think y'all are, so I'm gonna go read about his brother. Yeah, that's all. That's all they are. All they family drama. For you to be like, I'm gonna invest. I'm like, well, you got out your own family drama. Like, shit. Even Tyler Perry know that. He was like, oh, everybody like drama, huh? All right, you want to hold on to that shit so much that you gonna let somebody beat your ass. Well, I ain't gonna put it like that, or maybe I will. Like, what y'all gonna buy? What y'all gonna stay and hold on to? Like, why I gotta be mad for telling the story if you gonna do it? Like, cause that's somebody's story. And I'm like, and like sometimes it's just the way of saying it. Like, and what was that? Diary of a Mad Black Woman. I'm like, oh, ain't nobody doing me like that. Ain't nobody doing me like that. Hell no. No, you ain't dragging me out today. You ain't talking to me like that. And you ain't talking to me like that, first of all. Like, who the hell you talking to, nigga? First. And then second of all, like, you ain't touching me like that. Who the fuck we touching? Who we touching? And like he was doing that was they shit. Like at one point she ain't think he was gonna do it either, I guess. And then one day he did it. And then it happened later. Like I know how the story go. So I'm like, nah, I ain't taking no ass whooping like that in the physical. And I'm like, and will I do it in the... I'm like, so like, that part of the story may not have been for me. Like, on that side, as far as like looking like that. And how many of us does it look like that from somebody else? Because technically, that's all that Bible is. Like, he put that shit out there just like that. Just like that. Like, all right, you and this God, or you and this being, or you and this... I don't know, however y'all look at the shit. Like, however y'all look at the same... However y'all look at it. You can be like, it's my God and his God, and like, it's the same book, and it's the same reverence and everything, and like, based off of what is happening over there, like, if it looked to you like he helping, then I guess he helping. Like, if it feel like it's quantified to enough help, and then I'm like, so here's that, and then I'm like, on the other side, on the flip side, does it mean that like the indigenous tribes are just keeping the hands on, like, so they can like tap back into that shit and be able to tag their ass correctly? Like, we just using it to get like in deep enough to do some reverse voodoo on their ass, to do some hocus pocus our way, to do some goddamn stirring of the ancestors' souls, to like, whoa, like what kind of damn roll of thunder, hear my cry are we talking about? That's the only reason I want to know why we been tapped so long in they stuff while we watch it unravel, the truth unravel in front of their very eyes, like thread by thread by thread by thread by thread, as we go on to realize amongst each other, as we bend our relationships and mend our relationships, and begin to completely decide and take away like what the fuck probably didn't happen at all, based off of just the personalities that like you say black women have. So I'm like, oh, maybe it's been a big ass joke and I came in and missed that part of the tone. Like maybe my tone wasn't aligning up to the joke, because I don't see humor that way. Like I don't see that being the funny. Like I don't see why that would have made me laugh when I laugh at all kind of inappropriate shit. But yeah, like maybe I was supposed to take the tone on. Hey, they said that like these niggas came in here and fed us to the gators. The gators? What? Like, heck no. Like the same ones we just swept up in the garbage can? Like, okay. Like, they said they took my baby from me and threw it in the and fed it to the gator. Like, whose? Which one? And that ain't nobody else jump up on your ass. Like, okay. I'm like, so what part am I missing? Like, if we already knew that was what it was, that it had to be a misinformation, like a mistranslation of words. Like we was just trying to figure out how to get the right words to get our translations back in original order for our language after teaching them, and then them like what? Let me figure this out. So we taught them. Well, they came in and we were teaching them. We know all the stories about them coming to us. So we should be living in that one and not the other one. That's what it's supposed to be, right? And I'm like, I'll be like, dang, they took my ass down to the dirty old on well. And I thought that like I was out of it. And I'm like, damn, is it a spider web? Is it a tunnel? Like, how many tunnels have I lived in? Because I know I've lived under the ground with my homeless people. Like, hell yeah. Like, if they could be down there, I could be down there too. And I wanted to see how we did this anyway. Like, when they talk about it, what it looked like. And I'm like, oh, that makes sense. But, like, how else deeper this go down here? Like, hey, if it's out there, I want to see. And, like, no matter what, as a free spirit, I'm like, oh, that's what people used to mean when they used to always tell me I was a free spirit, huh? I guess I understood that right in this moment, because I used to be like, well, yeah, I am. And that just means to me, like, I just go wherever I want. Like, up here. And it's like, oh, no, everywhere. Whether I want to or not. So I'm like, well, I want to look into some of my parties and boys I done party with. Because, like, I want to tap into some of those memories, because me and Nikki used to have fun. And I came up defending her. And I said that shit. I said if anybody was worried about anything that was going on with Nikki and her husband and his past, then any of the men around her or anything should have fucking looked into that shit. Like, how the fuck y'all be letting some of these niggas get to them? Who ain't like? And then I'm like, okay, like I guess it could have been a message, because I'm understanding that a lot of stuff was like supposed to be messages to me. Like, if you doing it, then we could do it over here, and like what happens here. And I'm like, sometimes we don't know some things and sometimes we do. And sometimes we can only be led by our instinct and like our heart. Like, period. 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 And I know in the music industry, they be coming at you when they want a feature, when they want a mention, when they want anything. And I'll be like, are y'all really like sending shots at her because y'all like truly concerned, or like y'all just want to, like, what is it? And also, like, if you marry into a situation that like you got to be aware that like some shit is gonna pop off. And I'm like, Nikki seemed real sensitive to me, even though she a boss. Like, y'all be acting like we ain't sensitive, even if we bosses. And then I'm like, and I also know that it's a whole other world that I don't know nothing about. Like, I have no idea of who people are, like, outside of like whatever come across. Like, I'm not in their life. I'm like, as a woman, like, how would you feel? And if it's just like somebody's damn attempt at fame, like, hey, you starting some real shit over here that's gonna come with some real shit. And then I'm like, and then some stuff our ancestors just like, well, it's a slap on the, like, this is the choice you made. And so, like, this is just what's gonna come with it. And, like, you decide, like, all right, whatever. Like, I know in myself that I'm safe to kid escape, whatever it is, whatever it is. Like, and I'm like, and it's no doubt to me that she love her son. Like, from what I see, like, Papa Bear, like, she adored that little boy. He well taken care of, and she seemed well loved. And that's really all I be wanting for black women. Like, shit, let us see some smiles and some stuff. And I'm like, at the end of the day, like, if something got through, that might have been an issue with the men too, because who was looking out for her? Who was looking out for her? That's the queen over there. Like, first of all, it's Nikki. She's the queen. She the queen. She's spitting out. She could do it. And like, whatever or not, like, was it somebody over there doing inventory, making sure that like her ass was good, like he was fit to be next to the queen. And I'm like, and she probably like, nigga, fuck that, I chose him. Like, whatever. Like, whatever. So I don't know either. Like, a lot of them be choosing not to do industry shit, and I understand, because, and unfortunately, a lot of it probably be coming from like the fans and shit. Like, all that other stuff, like, because people are people. People done had heartbreaks. They done had all kind of stuff. So when you come in the game and you loving music and you get to do this and whatever, like, you figuring out contracts, like, you figuring out something. You got your family going on. Like, nigga, we just back here over here as spectators. You don't know nothing. Even now, when I do my commentary or whatever I'm doing, like, this just me, my perspective, my way of looking at it. And I'm like, I ain't spent this much time on celebrities, like, ever. I don't spend that much time on their asses like that. For real. For what? And like, they all wanted some attention, or somebody wanted me to give them some attention. And so I'm like, here we go. And so at the end of the day, like, you protect those, make sure those around you is protected. Like, why would she be unprotected like that? And I'm like, oh, and that same narrative been flopping around for all kind of people. And I'm like, oh, I guess that might have something to do with me too. A story that I don't understand, or that I don't know, or that I'm not looking at the right way, or like, yeah, so what? Like, I ain't really got that one. I'm like, I'm missing so many parts of like a story that I was telling myself, and I was being told, or I was being told and I was catching. Like, I don't know. Sometimes I can catch a moment where I'm like, it's supposed to be like this. Like, it's a whisper, like, no, see me talking to you. And I'm like, I can't get there. Like, yeah, I was there already. I ain't there right now. Right now, I'm like business and money. Cause like before it was the same, just different. And mostly that, just different. Like I was focused different. My focus was totally different back there. And now I'm right here. And I'm like, I just want to be in the next place. Like I just want to be out of here. I just want to be out of this. And I want none of that other stuff to be in my reality. Like there's no place for it in my reality because it damn sure cannot touch my kids. And I'm like, okay, so like how would I, even when I look at my person, I'm like, that's not, it ain't them. Like it ain't touching them either because I got kids that I want to have. Like I have children that I want to have. And that doesn't equate freedom to me. It doesn't equate any type of mentality that I want touching my kids. And I'm like, I knew it was a reason that I had to wait it out. I'm like, I know that I'm working. Like, I'm still working on my vision and I see it. Like, I'm like, I'm still very, very much intertwined and ingrained with my vision. Like, there's a part of me that know that. It's just like I'm incubating. Like, I'm still incubating, but just like a different part. Like, stuff is happening. But one of the very first drafts for like my community homes, TLM for short, was when I was starting it under that. Like, this is what we gonna do. Like I was using all of that as a template. And then I just started taking it out because it was only a portion of it. Shit, I can take it out. Like the energy is still the same. That ain't changed at all. Like, yeah. And even going back, like I probably should go back and read some of them first drafts, like that I have, because I definitely bossed up on the drafts and got really down to it as far as like how the houses would be, how the rewards would look, what we would do, like schedule times and not schedule, like freedom and like partnerships and all kind of stuff. Like I've been working on it and I've been writing it down and everything. Everything is layered up as it should be. And I'm like, I'm so glad that like I didn't begin that with any of my babies under there. Any of them. Not 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 my community. Like that can't come with me. That can't come with me at all. Ooh, that can't come with me at all. Not at all. For what? For what? Even now I'll be like trying to get some of the concepts in my head. I'm like, nope, they ruined it. That's why you don't let nobody play with your stuff before you. They ruined it. They ruined it. If they were supposed to be messengers bringing any kind of word over here, if they were the damn what did we used to have back in the day before the post office, like before the actual mail system, we used to have I'll just say messengers, but like y'all got them in your Bible. The boys, the people that went ahead and took the sent it to the king, and the king sent the head back. Like all that shit in the Bible. Like if you want to play, you can play. Like I'm like they violent every time. Like every time they lead with violence and straight to the point. So they just told you how they needed to be ruled over, and we decided that it had to be us. And I'm like, no, give them what they asking for. Maybe they like that shit. I don't know. They can have it in their eternity.